Hello and welcome to another week of the Abuse Cartoons live stream. So I got a little bit of a a start here while I was testing my pen, but let's see if this works. Yeah, it's so cold today. I was thinking of winter and frozen things. So let's see if I can make this work. So I hope everyone is doing well. It's a pretty miserable day, and I got a message from my wife that she was stuck at the subway station because there was a jumper this morning, and it totally stopped the line. And it's a little scary when it's the subway because a lot of it's underground, so if they did that underground, then it's much more difficult to access and deal with, and everyone is really stuck. So February hopelessness has officially set in. I guess this would be a little bit bigger, wouldn't it? This is supposed to be like a solo cup. Something like that. Let's just duplicate this and flip it and see if I can make this work. Maybe not. Yikes. But yeah, so that was pretty miserable to hear. But they said, I read something that said the suicide rate in Japan is up like double digits, like, some teen% or whatever, because of all this lockdown and everything that keeps coming and going. So people are trapped at home and miserable. And also, too, you get kind of a trajectory here. Like, there's a lot of pressure to follow a pretty precise path to success, at least what your university and everything is telling you. So that has to be very kind of staggering for a lot of young people, is where are the jobs, are there new hires, what's going on, in this kind of atmosphere, because the companies, put or advertise, so many positions for new graduates, and they really want only new graduates. That's the other weird thing, is some people just stay in school even if they've graduated and just pay more tuition so that they can, when there are openings like at the company that they want to apply for, they do still count as a new graduate. So it's a little neurotic, because they don't like company jumping as much here, and you're hired out of university for a lot of the best paying jobs. So people are really stuck with that system. So you have to kind of game it when things go wrong. You have to kind of game it, and so people will just stay in school until the job opening comes up. Hey Sedona, how's it going? Good to see you. But yeah, so those are supposed to be solo cups. It'll make more sense when they're colored. But yeah, I might have to cut things short. I have to do some more driving, and it's so cold that I don't want anybody to have to wait for me. So I might have to. So by 4 o'clock here, I'll probably need to wrap things up. But that's plenty of time, I hope. All right. Yeah, but that was depressing to hear. It's been a while since since the trains have been stopped. It's also been a while since I've taken the train very regularly, but yeah, this is the season. So the holiday season and then post-holiday season are pretty high in the train jumping season. The pretty, the much more interruption, and it's funny how kind of cold and systematic it is. So everybody that's interrupted by this, the train companies manage that very, very well, and they have these proof of delay because nothing is ever delayed here. I mean, things are delayed by seconds, literally, like train-wise. And so the station that you're getting off on, or the where you're changing the line or whatever, for proof that you're late for work or whatever, they have these like little pre-stamped notes. So you just have the staff standing there, handing out as fast as they can notes to hundreds of people. So when they get to work late, they aren't punished for it. So yeah, and that means that they don't take your word for it. A lot of times that was the thing in Los Angeles, is everyone's like, the traffic. Traffic was always an excuse. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. So but they just had to take your word for it. There was always traffic, and you could always just say, "Oh yeah, the traffic," even if it's completely your fault that you're late. But. Yeah, this is that scary time, and made worse by still technically being in lockdown. They were talking about loosening the restrictions, and they approved the Pfizer vaccine in Japan. So we get our RNA scrambled, or whatever the consequences of taking that vaccine, the long-term consequences will be. But, but the scientists, like people that I've talked to, are pretty psyched about this new RNA technique that they came up with, because it's so fast to develop. I mean, it's very, very new technology, but it's so fast to develop. And so in the if this does prove to not have major side effects, and people aren't going into shock and everything after being vaccinated, then this will be a huge rapid response to anything that we're confronted with, like future disease-wise. It'll mean as soon as they have the DNA sequence, they can, or a specimen or whatever however they're deriving that, they can produce it very quickly. So we'll see what if that is able to manage stuff in the future. But it also, I think, depends on what the virus attacks, because that was the discussion I had with one of the professors. Is okay, so this is the same. So if this is an RNA replicating or transmitting virus, and but HIV is also. So why is there never been an HIV vaccine? And it's because of what it attacks. Attacking the immune system as opposed to the respiratory system is very different. And they haven't had any success figuring out how to subdue that particular RNA messenger vaccine. So it's a totally different situation. So that was so that could mean we still will run into things we can't do anything about. That's not right, is it? How does that work? Okay, so this won't be there. I'm trying to think. Yeah, because you're opening how do milk cartons work? Yeah, something more like that, and then like this. That looks wrong too. Oh, actually, yeah, that's right. It's not. It's more like that. Yeah, it's not so high. Yeah, that reads more as a open milk carton. All right, and maybe a completely open. See if I can get the structure to make sense. Hey Joe, how's it going? Hey Rev, what's going on? Oh, I have a K5 inspired treat, a little artwork that K5 was messaging me about, because he wanted to do wanted to 3D print something, and so I did something in Illustrator for him, and then I got a little carried away and I did some more. So I'll show you guys that in a little bit. Maybe I'll do that instead of the beans that I have. But yeah, I want you to see that I did some artwork that turned out pretty good. There we go. So maybe I don't need, or yeah, I guess I do for the kind of, so you know what it, whoop. So you know what these are supposed to be. I should have a normal milk carton. But yeah, it was really fun to do, and it's something I meant to do for a long time. And just hadn't had either the inspiration or the motivation, and K5 is good at that. He gets me doing stuff, so that's always good. Alright. Alright, so we've got this trio. Oops. Oh, it's this. So I'll give it a minute and see if K5 gets on, so I can show this while he's here. Oh, printer wise, I've got the Anycubic. What's it called? The FDM printer is an Anycubic Omega. I forget the designation, but it's their kind of standard. Their standard model. It was sub $200 or something during the sale, some holiday sale. Oh, maybe it was. I think it was 2 years ago, New Year's sale, like Chinese New Year's sale. So I got it 2 Februarys ago, and still haven't gotten very dramatic results from it. I already had to replace the hot end. I've gotten a lot of great test models off of it, but nothing that I've actually like made myself has done very well. Oh yeah, I've seen good things about the Ender, and there's a new one too. He has a really cheap one, like a 150 US. I'm not sure how big the printing platform is, but yeah, I've heard good things about the Ender printers. Yeah, milk it's not very popular in Japan too. I don't know a single woman in Japan that drinks milk. It's really funny. It's and I guess that's okay because they get enough calcium from fish, and there's a lot of other sources of calcium in the Japanese diet, and also milk and cheese and yogurt and stuff. I think is kind of hard on some Asian digestive system of stomachs, especially. So yeah, if it makes you sick, there's no way you'd want to eat it all the time. And my wife has her horror story is her father would always push her to drink milk in the morning, but in that kind of Asian way where they're really concerned about hot and cold. He would let the milk warm up. So every morning when she was maybe elementary school or whatever, he wanted her to drink a room temperature glass of milk, and she hated milk, and room temperature milk is even more horrible if you don't like dairy anything. And so she's just disgusted by milk. But there's definitely an aesthetic, like, so he's a pharmacist, so is educated in chemistry and nutrition and everything, but that's a more Chinese medicine, or more kind of Asian perspective, is hot and cold has a different effect, and warming things up makes things work better. So warming your stomach, or warming whatever part of your body is good. There's a lot of therapies, like microwave therapies and stuff that they've introduced here to help aid healing, or whatever various conditions, but they're really conscious of that. So like drinking very cold liquids can be stressful for your body, according to this thinking. So in the summer and things, you can actually cause more problems than actually help yourself, not concerning hydration, but like if your stomach cools down too much, you can that'll upset you and get you sick. So it's very different. I hadn't ever heard that before, like being so concerned. So wet and dry and hot and cold are these like concepts that they use, and it's more like that was the thing that was explained to me, is that Chinese medicine compared to Western medicine is more metaphorical. So it's an understanding of the body that's using kind of ideas, like concepts that are more not literal. It's not like physiological. It's more like this general idea about how to think about things, so you actually make right decisions in in temperature of things, or in remedies for things. So it's not literally talking about your body is based of these hot and cold things. It's just that does have a dramatic effect on how you react to things. So it's very different and very interesting. So all those things like chi, and like the also the I guess Indian too. A lot of the Indian thinking about body energies and stuff. It's a metaphor, and it does actually have it actually does function well in thinking about how the body works, but it's not quite literal. And Western medicine is very about mechanisms and literal things that they've kind of discovered. Protein structures and things in the body. It's all based on that, so it's much more chemical and observable. And a lot of Eastern medicine is more about these bigger ideas that actually work. Like they actually help you navigate solving different health problems, but it's hard for Western medicine to kind of make sense of it. So it's interesting here in Japan that a lot of people kind of walk that line between they're trained in chemistry and physiology and kind of Western thinking, but they also have those ideas about it's not quite herbal remedies. Like it's not the weird conception that they have in the West about homeopathy, and like the herbal stuff is not it's different. It's very different how they use it and how they think about it, and what a lot of the remedies and things are. And also they're a lot more, they have a much more mild effect, so they're much more gentler more gentle on the system in a lot of cases, which makes a big difference for how people let's make this kind of bright, for treating people. Yeah, so it's just very different. It's interesting to hear that perspective, because I came from only a Western medicine kind of tradition, and there are just these simple answers that we've figured out. This this is treated with this, and this you do this, and there's not more thinking about entire systems, and just that it's a little too dark. That is because of how intricately things interact. I think that helps. That makes a lot of sense to think about things more as a whole, because you can treat one problem and one mechanism that's not working well in your body, but it can disrupt. It's complicated. It's a complicated interrelationship of a lot of different systems, and so if you're just addressing one thing, you can knock much more out of whack in your body. I'm talking very abstractly, so it doesn't make a lot of sense because I don't have the vocabulary, basically, the education to talk about anything medical. But it's just kind of a layman's, observation. But it's a lot of interesting discussion to hear about that balance that doesn't exist. Like thinking about the whole system, the whole body is very different here. Wow. And that's where those kind of metaphors work better, because you're not just addressing one thing. All right. But there's also and that's what everybody kind of agrees upon is there are very good ways of thinking about health and the body in the East, and there's also 90% of it which is bullshit, that is used to scam people and is used to sell them tree roots and tiger eyeballs or whatever, that is just a total scam. So there's a lot of snake oil, kind of the equivalent of the Western kind of snake oil salesman if you've ever seen that in a Western, in an Old West kind of movie, there's a lot of that as well. So that kind of hurts the, how it was translated. It's all the shysters and scam artists that bring those things to the West. So that's why it's hard to rely on, because you've got a lot of people just trying to make a buck. All right. Voodoo, yeah. Well, I think there's legitimacy in anything that's like been around for so long. There's something in there. There's like a grain of something. And just like all of the, tree bark and roots and leaves and plants and stuff that they use, like once a chemist gets a hold of it, they find the active ingredient. They find the thing that, is actually, has an effect on the body. And sometimes you can like extract that. Sometimes you can take that out and, amplify its effect or do something. And that's how a lot of, medicines, aspirin and all sorts of medicines have been derived. But sometimes it has to be in the context of that whole chemical structure or whatever. Like once you isolate that active substance, it loses its effect because it needs like the context of other substances that make part of the plant or whatever. And also, so many of those things, in the quantity that it would take to actually be effective, it becomes toxic or it kills you. So that's why a lot of things are turned out to be useless, because there was I was kind of let in on a little secret. There was one of the professors at the university that had a little bit of a scam going on. His research, he was working with this pharmaceutical company, and his research had proven that there was this some chemical that was derived from the little like mandarin oranges, the little mikan in Japan, and some specific like breed of them. So something he was extracting from these oranges had these super healthy benefits, and he was making these tablets, and he was cooperating with a pharmaceutical company to sell these tablets. But actually his research wasn't totally legit, and it is that same sort of thing, that the quantity, it was beneficial, but on such a small level that it's almost imperceptible. But his research amplified those results so that it had credibility. And because it's not because it was a natural remedy, it doesn't have to, just like in the US, it doesn't have to be approved in those very strict ways. And so, basically he had a little scam going on where he's selling these like orange pills, these like, something that is derived from oranges. It really doesn't have any effect. And it's the quantity at which you would have to take that substance and to have some sort of effect, it would start to make you sick. Like it would start to have more side effect than positive effect. So I think that's always been a thing, and people just take advantage of that. Oops. Oh, that's why that's not working. So it's always been a thing. Yeah, and just like, in the days when you would just have these magical elixirs where they just had all of these amazing properties, and it was basically just alcohol, just like high proof alcohol or cocaine or heroin, like it basically before they started to discover controlled substances. You basically were taking like a coca leaf derived remedy. It's like it's miraculous. It works so well. I don't feel my my broken arm anymore because I'm doing cocaine or drinking heroin elixirs. But yes, it's a little different how that's developed here. But yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting, the more hybrid thinking, because I think we only get the kind of magical, strange thinking about it in the West. But there is like practical application. All right, so we have. Oops. I hope those read as solo cups. They're supposed to be solo cups. I think there's more. There's actually more of that kind of ridged, that corrugated looking ridge on cups, but hopefully they'll read like plastic cups. Hey K5, there you are. Okay, well, let me take a quick break here from my coloring since K5 showed up and share a little bit of what he inspired. Let me see. I think I can just open this in Photoshop, or let's see. No, let me see. Maybe it's easier to do a viewer, image viewer, so I can just go through them like a little slideshow. All right. So let's try this. Okay, so. Okay. Well, let's try this. Let me see if I can make this work. All right. So so K5 asked me in a simple request to do to take the Omegle. Am I saying that right? The Omegle logo, and find out what logo that was, and change the text of the Omegle to Hyphonics, and just make that kind of same logo, just without the the actual brand name. And so I figured out, I found the font. It's Hobo. I think it's just called Hobo. It's a pretty common font. So I found the match the font, and then change the logo. Let me see. Switch over to which one? Maybe this one. Okay. So this was the result. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. So this was the result, and I kind of changed the shape of some of the letters to make it a little bit more, more playful and fit that shape. So you'll recognize that little icon thing, and so in that little icon, instead of just leaving it so it had a little bit more identity, I did the Hyphonics, the face of when he's doing all the scare videos, the character and kind of that expression that scares the hell out of people when he's kind of popping into their little video chat. So there's the face that I put on the logo, and so that was the request by K5, and then I just kept playing with that idea. So since I already had built that face, I kept playing with that idea. So let me see if I can. How do I move between images? Oh, that sucks. I thought I could page up, page down. No. Okay. Well, let's see. Come on. All right. Well, let's just do this the hard way. Okay. So that was the first one, and then here it did change. What moved it? So there's the there we go. Okay. So then here's a CMYK, so you can see that the color is kind of that. So this is printable, but it's not very vibrant online. And so K5 did a 3D print of that, and then I kept playing with the face. So here's come on, this way. There we go. And so here's some more. Here's the face put on more of a head with a more terrifying shadow. And so most of the graphics I was just thinking about more like t-shirt or just kind of web graphics. So they're not very printable. I can break this up into more line art. But here's the same thing. Oh, I see. So once you're in the zoom, you can't switch between. This is the worst photo viewer. Windows is such garbage. This is the worst photo viewer. Okay, so next, there we go. And so here's just the face, like a little bit more dramatically rendered. So yeah, see the same face. So this is just without any sort of head. And here's with sunglasses and the logo kind of arched above it. And there's that same face put on closer on the Omegle icon. So that was just playing around. Yeah, that was just playing around with the this little character. So it started out as just like, I want to put his face in that little head icon, and they and then it just evolved into that. So it can keep going too. I should come up with some more things, but just thinking like more like kind of graphic-y, kind of t-shirt looking things. So these aren't really good for if you reduce them down, they might not be very readable, so they might not make very... Oh, I can't make it any smaller. But yeah, but I thought that was fun, and I think I captured the scary, the scariness of that character that he does on those pop-ins. Yeah, yeah. So what's the best way? No, it wasn't. This is just fan art. This is just fan art that I did, just elaborating on what K5 asked about. So yeah, I'll do something. Yeah, so I'm not sure the best way to share them. So if anybody has any ideas about the best way to show him this stuff, because I don't want to be disruptive in any in any stream that he's doing. So yeah, if there's some way to send this, if you guys know like an email address or something, or some way to DM Hyphonics and just show him this stuff, and then he can decide if he wants to do anything with it. But yeah, the and K5 showed me the print he did of this. It looks really cool. Yes, yeah. So it's fun. It was fun to play around with that, and yeah, I think I came pretty close. I got at least the scariness of that of that face across. But yeah, so thank you. And link the photos. Okay, or use Discord. Cool. Oh, Instagram. There you go. That's a good idea. Yeah, yeah. So I'll send him a link to these and see what he thinks. But yeah, it's fan art. It wasn't a commission or anything. So if he wants to use any of that, he's more than welcome. Yeah, because as a thank you for all the attention he's gotten in my stream. But it was fun, and I've been meaning to do this for a while. I wanted to do some kind of graphic art or T-shirt looking art that were something that would work well for what he's been doing on stream. And so this was the inspiration, and it all came from K5 and his little project for me to match that font. So yeah, fun stuff. Cool. I will. Yeah, I'll do that. That's good. I'll DM them on Instagram and see what they think. I'll make a little public folder and link those up, and I can even do them, knock out the background so they're transparent. But that was really fun. Yeah, it was really fun to work on it, and I couldn't stop. Once I did this little face, let me see here. Once I did this little face, I was like, oh, I want to see this, even more menacing than just that little hidden detail. Cool. Nice. But yeah, so thanks again, K5. You're a good motivation. You always make me inspire me to actually get something done. So very cool. So yeah, so I will I'll post those, and hopefully you'll see those show up somewhere at his website or somewhere. I hope you liked how those came out. But yeah, it was really fun to do. Am I still working here? Yeah, there we go. All right, so there's one cartoon today. Ah, I see. Yeah. Oh, also, K5, I did a version. I don't think I saved it out of here. Maybe I'll just open this in Illustrator. I did a version where I didn't stretch the letters. So if you wanted something that matched that exact kind of shape of, let's see here. You wanted something that matched the actual original font. Where is that? Oh yeah. Yeah, if you wanted something that so here's the first version. where I didn't play with the lettering at all. It's just the straight font, that's that hobo font that matched the Omegle, and then this is the modified one that I did. So it looked a little bit more dynamic and interesting, kind of playing with the letters, and more unique. It's not just like a straight parody. But if you want this file too, K5, I can send that if that looks more like what you wanted to do with the printout. And I can take this face off too, if need be. If you wanted to print, if you need just, you know, shapes instead of anything more detailed. But yeah, that was the original, and then here was all the elaboration. So yeah, I got everything kind of. Yeah, well, that's exactly what I just showed, but just in Illustrator. Yeah, but really fun. Once I put that face on that blue head, I was like, okay, I got to keep going with this because it looked pretty funny. All right. So I draw more than sad plastic cups. Isn't that amazing? All right. All right. Oh, yeah, sure. I'll do it live. We'll do it live. Yeah, let me duplicate this layer. Yeah, I'm not sure what the capital H is going to look like, so we'll just make a copy of it. Come on. Let's see. Well, how about a capital H and a Y? How's that? The H is a little odd, the capital letters. But yeah, if that works too, I can send you a version of that. And I can even, you know, if I turn this into outlines, I can even give you a little more balance here. You know, make this H a little more, look a little bit more capitalized. I don't think it doesn't really matter. Yeah, so I can send you that as well. And if you want them in DXF format or whatever, it would be easier for the CAD program, because I just made PNGs, so I can send you DXF files, or what's the other? I forget what the other good one was. But out of Illustrator, I can export them, and then I can also wait a minute here. Can also take that off. If you want just that file, I can send that over easily. But put that over here. There we go. Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love that on gray. That looks awesome on just a dark gray too. All right. Oh, STL. That's right. STL. Let me see. Let's double check. Okay. Yeah, let me see what I can make, because I think I can do, because the DXF is the AutoCAD interface. Oh, the DWG too. So I can do a DWG, and then I think that converts pretty easily to STL. All right, yeah, I'll see what I can do. But that's what the capital H looks like, if that works better. All right. So milk cartons. I guess we'll do every variety of be a little less white, just so they stand out a little bit. Yeah. Nice. Oh yeah, no problem, K5. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for the idea. That gets me something to focus on, something to do, because I had some ideas just like watching Hyphonic streams. I was like, oh, that'd be a cool character, or that would be a cool drawing, and I just never did it. So that was a good, when you say, can you do specifically this? I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, sure, I can do that. That works much better. All right. maybe a little darker. Oops. There we go. I think where you tear, this would still kind of be white. Yeah. Maybe the whole thing? Yeah, maybe the whole thing. Oh, actually, oops. Actually, no. Because it's coming, if I'm going to do that blue, then this will be blue too. All right, and one more. You know, it's good. Yeah, very fun. Maybe some green. Oops, that's good. It's a little too white, isn't it? Yeah, this green needs to be a little bit less pastel. There we go. All right. So different versions of... yes. Yeah, different opened, deconstructed versions of milk cartons. All right, let's see if I can render these. Oh yeah, I got to be careful with gendered stuff. God damn. What kind of world is this? I don't want to... yeah, do anything to... oh, maybe here too. Anything insulting? There we go. All right. Oh, that's green. Yuck. I was wondering why that looked so strange. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I think that works. Nice. 0 trans fat. Yes, exactly. That's why you don't hear that anymore, right? That's why they don't call them trans fats. Oh my god. Nice, Rev. Whoa, that was not closed, was it? All right, let's see if this... oh, that doesn't look good at all. This is weird down here. Maybe that, yeah, that looks better. All right. Oh yeah, let me see if I can make this, because that was the thing I remember as a kid, not the liter milk cartons, but the whatever that is, the half-gallon or whatever, the little bit fatter milk cartons. Instead of having some little basket or something in the sink, I remember my mother would just open the milk carton and then start putting garbage in it. I guess that's before we recycled cardboard, like, or in paper in the same way. But the milk carton, like this green one, a milk carton like this is opened at the top, and then you just use coffee filters and every, orange peels and stuff from the sink in there. That was a real common thing. So maybe that'll hit the Go Comics fans and the old nostalgia. Let me do kind of a little orange peel right in the old nostalgia spot there. Yeah, because now, especially in Japan, we have to flatten milk cartons and recycle them with paper. So you got this big stack of milk cartons flattened out. So opening them like that means that you're going to cut 3 sides off and then make it a make it easy to recycle for the paper pickup. Yeah, that's the weird thing. Maybe I haven't never talked about that, but in Japan there are so many garbage days. There's so many trash days. So there's 2 pickups every week, and then in the course of a month, there's a cardboard day, a paper day, a plastic bottle day, aluminum cans, glass bottles. So that's the big thing that Japanese people use in their kind of, gentle xenophobia. That's what they say is, foreigners just don't understand the trash pickup days, so they always, make too many mistakes because it's too difficult for them. So that's the big, and they mostly use that against like Asian foreigners, is like, they can't understand trash day, so it's too difficult. They can't live in Japan. So it's not the language, it's not the etiquette, it's the trash pickup schedule that presents the challenge for people and the reason why they shouldn't come to Japan. So I always thought that was a funny way to try to say you don't belong here, is that you can't possibly understand how we do trash in Japan. All right. Something a little more subtle, maybe. There we go. I hope that reads. Let's see. Will that read at the... Yeah, that's still visible. Maybe a little bit on the outside, too. There we go. Yeah, but that was super common. It's just like all of the kind of wet trash from the kitchen sink would go into an open top milk carton. I haven't seen that in a long time. Nice. It is. Yeah. Oh my god. That does sound really vile. Yeah, just using any box or anything to just put all kinds of garbage in. Yeah, that's really funny. Yeah, for some reason that's like my image of the kitchen sink, is there's always an open milk carton. No, not the skinny kind of liter one, but yeah, like a half-gallon one. There's always one of those open, and just maybe stuff that would leak, that had some juiciness or whatever, like coffee filters and stuff. We go in there because it's waterproof, and then you just kind of crush that closed and throw that out. Yeah, but now we have the kind of that little weird basket in the sink with a little net. So all the wet stuff goes in there, and then you can just like potato peels and stuff like that. Then you can just throw those away separately. But it used to be milk cartons. I don't think a Japanese sink is actually big enough or deep enough for an open milk carton. That's really good, Sedona. Like crying over spilled milk when everyone is lactose intolerant. All right. There we go. Okay, so this is supposed to be like frozen, like if a solo cup filled with snow. And then you just had no longer a cup, but just the frozen part inside. So hopefully that reads. A ghost, it's like a ghost cup, right? Oh, actually, yeah, make sure that these look like solo cups. I should put a really bright highlight so they read as plastic. So maybe on this side. Yeah, that'll make sure they know what that's supposed to be. There we go. There's a plastic cup. Hiccups after drinking milk. Wow. I wonder what that is. Do you remember the remedy as a kid? I remember the remedy for hiccups. So I would get really bad hiccups as a little kid that would last a long time. I haven't had hiccups in like a decade. I don't remember the last time. But as a kid, I was always, whatever, maybe just excited breathing all the time. But a spoon of sugar, just like, so you just go get the sugar bowl and a tablespoon, and you just take a big tablespoon of just raw sugar, not raw sugar, but granulated white sugar, and just eat that, and that made the hiccups go away. Yeah, it usually worked, but I remember that. Yeah, that was all the time, and so you kind of looked forward to, like, you waited for that the authorization. Like, okay, go ahead and have a spoon of sugar to try to make your hiccups stop. And they usually did stop, but I think it was just like a weird distraction thing, because that's such a weird thing to eat, is just a giant spoon of sugar. And so I don't know if it actually has some effect, if there is some effect from the sugar, but it's so distracting that you like stop hiccuping. Maybe it's just such a stimulation to your system that you instantly forget about whatever you're doing. But yeah, those are the things you looked forward to being allowed to do, is just take a big spoon of sugar. Only sugar. You don't even have to, it doesn't have to be on candy or anything. It's just totally. Hey, Joe. Oh, wow. Yeah. Knocking him out. Nice. Oh, nice. Yeah. Constantly. Oh, yeah. Overlooked at parties. Nice. Yes, this is supposed to be like a frozen. Maybe making it blue would help. Like more blue. Try to find like a light blue that reads more like water. So like snowy. Snow on the top. And then this is all blue. Maybe that'll read more like frozen water. Maybe. Does that look like ice? I should lighten that up a little bit. There we go. I see. Yeah, no, it's supposed to be. The idea is that, like, this is if it's wintertime, which I guess I would need to suggest in some other way to like put them in a little. Oh, yeah, maybe. Well, that doesn't. It's kind of a weird context though, because why are they outside in the snow? Like a solo cup isn't something you assume, but the idea was that if somebody like never cleaned up from a party, and then winter came and anything that was a cup that was full of something froze. But that doesn't make much sense. The context is too weird. Yeah, or the ghost of a The ghost of parties past. Yeah, maybe that light reads more like ice. Or frozen water, I guess is the idea. But I guess, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Because things you would put in a solo cup wouldn't freeze, like beer and whatever. There wouldn't be anything freezing. Mm. Yeah, something about I don't know. Yeah, it is kind of that. It's a hard logic jump to make. That's frozen. The frozen contents of a cup. I don't know. All right. So, milk carton to... Oh, let me see if I can narrow that a little bit. That's a little thick. There we go. So this was... Oh, we should do the... Yeah, we got time. Do the comments before I start trying to write these stupid things. Let's see here. Oh, both of it's one of those 3 and 3. 3 always looks. It's such a nice balance, like visually. That, yeah, I guess that's why I keep doing it. Because if you have 3, then you can it's 2 on 1. People are just ganging up on each other, so it makes the the drama work better than just 2 things sometimes. All right, let's take a look at last week's comments. Going on. Yeah, it reads as styrofoam cup, doesn't it? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's visually gonna work. I like the idea, but it doesn't make any sense. Like, it doesn't make any sense like why that would happen. All right, let's come back to it after a little distraction from last week's brilliance here. So February 16th. Escaping ice cubes are always a fleeting happiness. Oh, there's Ed and Podog are back. So kind of like running away when you were 4 years old. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's exactly the aesthetic. Run away and melt. Life was a fleeting happiness for ice cubes. Nice. And the 11th, right, the pre-Valentine's Day. So she lived... Oh, that's right. She lived each chocolate as if it were her last. Oh, no, the poet is back. Rightfully so. Except for the few that had bites taken out of them. Yeah, they're supposed to be the paper. And Reed does it. Yeah, it looks like they're chewed up chocolate. But they're supposed to be those little papers. Yeah, like that ever happened. There's nothing that I could type that would override the utter stupidity of this art. So why do hockey dads hate this cartoon? I've gotten the most hate. I don't know why. That's really funny. I've gotten the most hate from hockey dads. Yeah, the death threat. My only death threat ever came from why? What's going on with the auto translate? I've got like Hebrew days ago. Is that his? Yeah, that means just his. Oh, that's just his weird name. Huh. But yeah, very strange. I don't know who this guy is that showed up, and it's not a subscriber. Like, it's nobody that's like actually subscribed to the site. So just these weird randos. I wonder if that link to this cartoon still exists on that hockey forum thing. Because I don't know why. Hockey dads freaking hate this cartoon. All right, a few randoms. Oh, look at this one. 2014. He could now add toast to his list of achievements. Nice. He was so proud. Yeah, so that's definitely digital age. You can just tell by the varying thickness of the line and the redrawn. There's 2020. He'd been trying to find the right frequency until he realized she was a toaster oven. Oh, he's gonna have a hot one. Oh, there's 3 comments in here. Yeah. She wasn't even using a sideband on 80 meters. How could she? She's a darn toaster oven. Nice. Yeah, I don't have enough amateur radio knowledge to make that work. All right, and it's got a hard time with that one. 2011. Ooh, the remote controls. Maybe she controlled joy or whimsy, but definitely not TV. I never name my garage doors. All right. There's an old marker. Well, yeah, 2007. So that's still Sharpie days. Oh yeah, that's right. That's 2020. So K5 saw the drawing of the toaster oven radio cartoon. Yeah, I don't know. That guy is really bizarre, and he'll just write this like nonsense, this like abstract nonsense. And yeah, because one of the cartoons had like 5 comments by him, and it was just all this like referencing some, I don't know, some fictional candy or something, or some drink. It was really weird, but just again and again. But it's always like hockey fans that despise this cartoon. They're all Calvin and Hobbes fanatics, I guess. All right. You could not think clearly with a head full of melted strawberry daiquiri. Oh, come on. That deserves some love. That's a good one. Ooh. Oh, what's the... A coffin-shaped birthday cake was as tasteless as it was factually accurate. Nice. How many more years until? Depends on... Is it for a zombie? Nice. I've been a fan of dark humor and dark cake. Wow, 7 years ago. All right, 2009. There's a marker one. Conversation with anything marked return to sender was pointless. Tough when you lose an argument with a wall. All right, a couple more here. Oh, there's yeah. So that's always during that span of time, which doesn't exist here, but that kind of Thanksgiving, November time when you have rotten pumpkins and you could start putting out your holiday decorations. So I like this combo. So even with assistance, there was no way to stay relevant as a holiday decoration. 2012, yeah. So already, that's digital. No, maybe it's marker. The eyes look a little marker-y. So yeah, I want to find the exact cartoon when they did that, when the transition happened, because yeah, I just like that image. That's one where the image was first and then the joke was later. So the image of a Santa hat on a rotten jack-o'-lantern. He never thought that he would ever feel so undrinkable. Full of lovely rainwater. Alright. He understood the glass of water, but not the bedside cheese. I don't know if there's ice in the water. Bedside cheese. Wait for it. Nice. Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing coming. Maybe he was, expecting someone to come in with a cheese joke. So 2 equally enjoyable stories separated by luck, timing, and an unbelievable amount of marketing. Yeah, so manuscript versus published novel. 9 years ago. Oh, man. Yeah, I forget, too, when they started their subscription for this, because that improved the the comments dramatically because it was people that didn't, follow anything that they weren't interested in. Another cheese joke. Sending cheese through the mail was always an uncomfortable process. Oh, I think this is the one. Oh, no, it's not. Uncomfortable for whom? For the mail carrier. I like the tape not being stuck down. I don't know if that reads. All right. Yeah, very strange. There's some people that this really sets them off. That really, yeah. And I noticed that too when I was doing the comic shows and doing the kind of publisher or the book events and stuff. Some people would read these cartoons and just get angry because they didn't think they were funny. So if it doesn't make you laugh, then it makes you angry. I don't know. That reaction is always really funny. For me, it's like, yeah, if it's not funny, then there's something insulting about it. I don't know. It's just not funny. It's just not funny is okay. That's really silly. Yeah, I'll have to see. I don't think I saved that link, and it was more than maybe 15 years ago. Yeah, because I've been doing this for a while. So it was when I first got on the Go Comics website, and then somebody linked to the cartoon and said, "What is this crap? And why is it on this site?" And it just turned into a very ugly pile on. Yeah, that was the first time I ever that I was ever involved, and this is pre-social media, so there's no. I mean, maybe there was Friendster, like there wasn't. Maybe it was like the Friendster MySpace era. So maybe more than 15 years ago. So nothing had that pile on stuff hadn't really started yet. But that was the first time I ever really saw that. That I got involved in. But now it's so common on Twitter and so many platforms where somebody will just post something and say, "Look at this crap," and then everybody just starts attacking it. The dog pile, a wonderful product of social media. But yeah, it was some kind of hockey forum, and somebody posted my cartoon on a hockey forum, and then just it just went straight to hell. And then so angry people threatening to murder me because it was not funny. Like, okay, that's how it is. All right. So, so kitchen trash can. So, thanks, Rev. Yeah, that's what I need to do. Is I need to build a posse of followers that can just attack my enemies. That's what happens though. So much is people. I don't know. That's funny how that once you have kind of a group identity, it's very easy to. If something's identified as attacking your community or against you, then it's easy to mobilize, and so people are really doing that now. It's very funny. You're like fans of like celebrities and stuff attacking people on Twitter and stuff. That's really crazy. Very new. Let me switch the keyboard here. All right. So something about the becoming a trash can. It bothered him. That's not. Something about kitchen trash. To kitchen trash. Was a quick trip. Milk carton to kitchen trash can was a quick trip. Not trip. I like The Sound of Quick Trip, but Abuse Army. Yeah, I'll do T-shirts tonight for the Abuse Army. That's funny. Nice. Yeah, we'll weaponize the abuse of the title of this cartoon. Yeah, that would be terrifying if yeah, the abuse of abuse cartoons was weaponized. All right. Oh yeah, milk carton to kitchen trash can. It was a quick trip. I like the sound of quick trip, but I don't think that gets the gets it across. I hope that's identifiable enough as like coffee grounds and an orange peel. I think it is. And like eggshells. That classic 70s garbage. I don't know. All right. Okay. That's the idea, but I don't know if that's the wording. Yeah, it's not. So maybe that. Yeah, it wouldn't have ridges though. Yeah, they used to make styrofoam cups that big, didn't they? Like there used to be, not just that little tiny support group coffee size cup, but like bigger styrofoam. Until styrofoam became evil, you know, like McDonald's and everything switched away or moved away from all that packaging that they used to do. Or at least they started making maybe more biodegradable styrofoam. Yeah, that's not going to work, is it? I shouldn't have jumped the gun with that idea. I thought it was, I thought it worked. Yeah, because I did like the cans, like the cranberry sauce or whatever that retains the shape of the can that it's in. So I've done cartoons like that before. So it was kind of just repeating that idea of the, something of the shape of something. Yeah, there's not enough context. I mean, if I put them in snow, it would make more sense. But then why are solo cups outside in the snow? Yeah, banana. Yeah, that's right, K5. That would help a lot more. Banana peel would help make that look more like trash. I don't know if it's good that it's subtle. Yeah, banana peel would be good too. Yeah, eggshells might not make sense. They might not read well. Yeah. Yeah, maybe too subtle. All right, so the ghost of parties past. Okay, so if I just literally spell it out in the joke, the frozen that's of, I don't know if I want to say a brand name. Like the ghost of parties past. Okay, so this was the idea. The frozen contents of maybe a solo cup. I have to put the little TM there, don't I? Frozen contents of a solo cup looked like the ghost of parties past. It's Christmassy, isn't it? Yeah. Well, that's the idea. I mean, it's spelled out enough. It's not very cleverly worded. The frozen contents of a solo cup looks like the ghost of parties past. Yeah, that's the. There's no better way to say that. I mean, that's verbally or text-wise explaining what I was trying to do. It should be more evident in the drawing should have been more convincing. Frozen contents of a cell look up like the ghost of parties past. Yeah, that's as good as that's gonna get. Should I put this here? Yeah, maybe that looks better. I should have a ping pong ball frozen in the middle there. All right. Oh yeah, let me see if I can do that. And just do a move this back. Yeah, red cup. Yeah, maybe I think I've done like Kleenex and Xerox and stuff before in cartoons. So it might be okay. The line needs to be thinner, doesn't it? How big is a ping pong ball? I just have to get the roundness right, and then I can change the scale. Let's there we go. Something like that. How big? Yeah, that's way too big, isn't it? Oops. Oh, what layer am I doing this on? Yeah, that was weird. Whoa. Where is that? That's here. Okay. Let me just fill it outside. And then just make the whole thing kind of disappear. So that might have to be a... that might have to be a very abstract joke. Okay, what does that look like? Yeah, does that read as a ping pong ball? Ah, thank you, K5. That's true. Yes. Yeah, it wouldn't be... the ball would be... Right. So like that, yeah. Thank you. Because it wouldn't freeze at the bottom. Unless it's a lead ping pong ball. Thank you. Oh, that's cool. Then I can do this. Yeah, so that it reads as frozen in there. So a little part of it's like sticking out. Thank you. Yeah, that totally make it even harder to understand what the hell I'm talking about with the the ball completely. There we go. Sticking up. Is that too big? That's. I'm trying to think of. I can't even think of like the scale of a ping pong ball. It is a little big, isn't it? Ah, yes. That would help, wouldn't it? Yeah, right. Not white, but orange. Let's move out here. Thank you. That'll help a lot too. So like that bright orange, maybe not that yellow, like that. Yeah, thanks, Rev. That's a good idea. Here, then I can do. Thank you. Yeah, that reads much better. Then I can do this, just the little sticking out part. There we go. I hope it doesn't look like an egg yolk. There we go. Oh, cool. Yeah, so yeah, I don't have access to either solo cups or ping pong balls. Yeah, there's everywhere in Japan. That's one of the weird things. There is such a weird rivalry between a little bit. That's I think that's a little. Oops. Put my highlight back. Huh. Yeah, and it would be distorted by the ice, though, so maybe just a tick smaller. The size of it. Yeah, it would be distorted size-wise by the... looking through the ice, anyhow. But, oh yeah, there's weird rivalry. So a lot of the coaches for the ping pong team, like the, Olympic ping pong team and things, in Japan, they're all Chinese coaches. And because China pushed really hard to be like the best, in table tennis, and so that rivalry goes back and forth with China and Japan fighting over ping pong supremacy. That's very funny. Yeah, it's really okay. Well, that makes more sense. Thank you. That was a good idea. Ah, yeah. Right. Two balls of the same width of the cup. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's pretty close then. Cool. Well, thanks, guys. That's really good. I wouldn't have even thought of that. I thought of beer pong, but I didn't think of... And, of course, that's not frozen beer. Yeah, I don't want to make it frozen beer because then it's going to look like piss-covered ice. So I'll just leave it like it filled with rainwater or something, that it's frozen blue ice instead of beer ice. All right. Yeah, because it'll just look weird and dirty if I change the color. Yeah, that'll be just weird. And it won't look so ghostly, too. So the blue makes it look more ethereal. Frozen contents of a solo cup looked like the ghost of parties past. Sure. That's not a well executed. That's obviously the images first, and then I have to explain a not very strong image in the joke. Okay, so milk carton. So the trip, the path, the journey from milk carton to kitchen trash was a quick trip. Life is a journey. The journey from... Oh, wow, look at that. It's almost spans the bottom. There we go. The journey from milk carton to kitchen trash can to tiny kitchen. It's not really tiny. To kitchen trash can was a small trip, and I spelled the wrong. That's awesome. All right. The journey from milk carton to kitchen trash was a quick trip. Okay, I think that'll work. Flavored. Yeah, I was just doing... Well, it should be floating higher, shouldn't it? Yeah, that's right. A ping pong ball would float like halfway, wouldn't it? God damn. Let's see. Can I make that work? Oh, I can push it. Where's the highlight is there. Okay, so here's this, and then here's the ball. Just a little bit more, a little bit. So I can actually push it here. Where's the highlight? Oh, highlight is on a completely other layer. And then I can... Oh, cool, I still got that color. So here... And then on the highlight layer, I can still do this. Ooh, there. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, right, it would be floating out. Okay, there we go. Look at that, quick fix. Nice. Yeah, I was trying to think of that. You know how grocery stores have the colors, like the vitamin D skim, low fat, 2%, whatever. They always color code them, and every company does it differently. So there's no like some uniform thing. Yeah, I was just thinking of the. Yeah, but people buy the same one. They would all be the same color, wouldn't they? Because people don't buy like all kinds of different types of milk. But yeah, visually it looks nicer. Yeah, well, at least I avoided a gender joke. That's good. Because there is no such thing as gender. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so thank you. That solo cup thing turned out a lot better than... yeah, a lot better than I thought it would. The ping pong ball helped a lot. And now I know exactly how big a ping pong ball is. Lead ping pong. Nice. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's good. I hope that the combination of the joke and having a ping pong ball frozen in there helps. Or it's the big W orange. Nice. All right. Yeah, so 2 centimeters. Yeah, so it's like less than an inch, like 3/4 of an inch. Because 2.5 centimeters is an inch, roughly. Yeah, that's weird. I can't picture that very much. I don't play much ping pong, but yeah, I can't picture that. Like scale wise. All right. So what else? Oh, well, I guess we can. There's a little bit more time. Yeah, because I got to get down to the station by 4. A little bit more time. So let's do the thing I scavenged at the convenience store. I gotta get those convenience store graphics back. All right. So here's a quick snack. I hope I don't choke on these. So here's a quick snack. So Japan has like so many insane uses for the soybean, right? So I think in the US, soybean is soybean oil, right? They rarely make tofu. But in Japan, they have tofu, of course. They eat, edamame, just the steamed soybeans. And then there is miso, which is a fermented soybean kind of paste that they use to flavor, miso soup and all kinds of different, meat and dishes have miso flavor. And there's red miso and white miso and then natto. Natto is another fermented soybean, which is really disgusting. Someday I'll eat that live on stream because natto is really bizarre. It looks like something from the Alien movies or whatever. So these little fermented kind of yellowish beans with this very wispy slime all over them, and it smells horrifying. It smells like really bad French cheese, but the taste is really good. It's like this really savory kind of almost meaty flavor, like some like good cheeses, like that really rich taste. So it's very cheese-like, but it stinks, and they eat it for breakfast a lot. So many things that they do with soybeans here. It's insane. But here is a soybean snack. Oh, of course, the green is keying out, and my background is freaking out. So Mino mix. So is just usually this this invisible. These are green, if you can imagine that. So, oh, actually, here, while I'm here, let me show you if there's an image of natto. Yeah. So this is what natto looks like. Yeah, so it's beans. So it's probably these omame, these bigger sized soybeans here, fermented, so they get weird yellowish brown, and then they have this disgusting stringiness to them. So you basically take it's kept cold too, and you take it and kind of stir it up to kind of make it easier to kind of break them up. But it smells horrifying. It's terrible. It's always in the breakfast food. It's the worst smell ever. But these are Mino dried soybean snacks. I'm not sure how salty they are. I haven't had them. But Calbee is a very standard. They do a lot of potato chips and potato-y type snacks like potato sticks and chips and all kinds of stuff. But I forgot. Yeah, there's too much green on this packaging. But this is the mix version. So usually it's just the green ones. It's just this green one, which you can't see as green. But this is the variety pack with the omame and the kuromame black beans. And black beans are a popular New Year's dish. Every year I have the really delicious, they're kind of a little sweet, like a sweetened black bean, cold black bean kind of, I don't know, it's, but it's just one of the common New Year's dishes. But the beans are a little sweet, and I think they heighten that a little bit with some sugar or something. But they're really nice. They're really good. So here is a crazy variety pack. Oh, look, the actual soybean color is keying out as well. So it's just a little variety. So here we have the omame version, kind of probably what they make natto from. And it's just this is similar to the a little bit more dried version. These are more like peanuts. Yeah. Not salty, that's good. And here's the kuromame, the black one. Wow. Oh yeah, you can tell the taste is a little bit different. Maybe the skin or whatever has a little more flavoring. And then a green one, which will look invisible in my hand. A green, the invisible green bean. Yeah, you can almost tell the difference. Let's see if you can tell it tastes the green. Oh yeah, there's a slight difference in the flavor, and because they're not heavily salted, they're pretty naturally flavored. Yeah, so it's crazy that and so now this is a dried bean snack. It's okay though. So what I was going to say is there's a holiday that we just missed. It was the beginning of February, called Setsubun in Japan. I think I talked about it when I talked about Halloween. So, and this year it was kind of more significant than usual because it's similar to Halloween. It's similar to the trick or treat aspect of Halloween, where like literally giving candy to children dressed as, monsters and demons and bad things makes them go away. So you're trying to get the evil spirits or the bad things to go away on that night before All Saints Eve or All Saints Day. And the same thing with Setsubun. So the image is an oni, or like a big ogre trying to come into your house, which is a bad spirit, and you throw soybeans at the ogre because they hate beans for some reason. So you throw beans at them, and it's the Japanese expression is just like just oni go away, basically. And so they're repelled by the beans. So similar to like what some people do at Christmas, like a family member dresses up as the ogre, usually just wears a mask, and then the kids throw beans at them until they leave the house. So maybe some divorce proceedings in Japan involve beans and an ogre mask. But they sell those beans. They're just really plain dried beans, and they're used to repel oni. So this year specifically, because of the pandemic, like making the bad spirit, or a disease would be a bad spirit, go away was a little more significant. So I think maybe in Japan people celebrate it a little bit harder than they usually do because it's a good luck celebration. So that was like February 3rd, I think. But yeah, these are okay. They wouldn't be good with alcohol. Usually Japanese snacks are always like paired, good for drinking with or having beer or something with. Or not good for that. They don't have much flavor. They're really like, I don't know. It's definitely a Japanese palate kind of thing. And the whole thing is 150 calories. But yeah, okay. Not great. And I think I've had the green one, the regular ones before too. But it's a very small bag. I don't think you could eat, or you could actually enjoy eating a whole bag of these at once. It's not very satisfying. And it's not one of those snacks where you're like, oh, one more. Because they don't have much flavor. So very natural flavored bean snacks. Very odd, yeah. So bean everything and different types of beans. Not just soybeans, but different types of beans. Like a lot of Japanese desserts are made with a sweet bean paste, the anko paste. And sometimes that looks like chocolate, like a very weird, like a purplish type chocolate. So I think some foreigners can get confused and think something is filled with chocolate when it's actually just filled with sweet bean paste. So that's a little disappointing if you bite into something and it's just sweet beans inside. It's a very Japanese flavor. But yes, it's crazy. So beans are weirdly prevalent, maybe because they just grow well here. There's a lot of bean culture in Japan. So it's not a must try, the assorted soybean snacks. So yeah, I don't know. You can give that a pass. But if you're a real bean fanatic, maybe it's worth trying. And it's one of the few vegetarian snacks in Japan. All right. So yeah, we did it. Or spider egg. Yeah, they could be spider eggs. Oh yeah, garlic. Yeah, I've had any garlic edamame, but that sounds really good. Spider eggs. Yeah, that does. Yeah, black beans do do not look good. Yeah, and this does. Yeah, the string on the natto does look like spider eggs. Yeah, I think it would be very punishing for me and not very interesting for you guys to watch me try natto on stream. It's really a horrible smell. Yeah, very funny. It's like I know that like some French convenience stores and stuff, people complain because some of the cheese that they would carry, it smells so strongly that the whole convenience store just smells like, funky French cheese. So there's some cheeses that they don't want to carry because they overpower, the entire store. But they vacuum seal the little cups of natto, so it's not so you don't really smell it in the grocery store. That's exactly true. I think our diet is going to go to insect protein is going to be the future of the global diet. We're just going to eat a protein paste that is just made from like mealworms. There'll be no more cattle farming or anything, or cattle ranching, whatever the word is. All right, wow. Well, we did it. Survived the these very poorly conceived cartoons. All right, yeah. So I'll DM Hyphonics on Instagram and see if see if I get any reaction from the fan art. And thanks again, K5, for that request to modify that logo, because that was really fun, and I wanted to find a way to add some character to it, and ended up doing those drawings. Oh man, yeah. Someday, food will be a whole type of horrible thing. So let's just enjoy our corn-fed beef while we can. Oh man. All right. Well, I better get ready. So sorry this was a shorter stream this week. But yeah, my schedule is we got okay, 4:30. I got a little bit more time. So the schedule is really weird, especially with cold weather. Like I was saying, it's hard. Reddit. Oh, yeah. Yeah, if there's a Hyphonic subreddit, that might be good too. Nice. Okay, well, cool. Well, everybody take care. And and hopefully keep an eye out for the stuff I showed you, the Hyphonics art I showed you, see if it shows up on any of the streams. But really fun stuff to do. And maybe if there's some more, if there's a specific like thing to make it for, I can do a different version. But I'll send you that capital H version of that logo if you want to try to print that again. K5. I'll do the I'll send something that should work, the DXF or whichever file I can make out of here or out of Illustrator. But very cool. So thanks for the help. Oh, cool. Thank you, K5. You're very that's awesome. Nice. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you can just post images directly into oh, that's great. He's got a lot of a lot of image support on Reddit. That's cool. Very cool. All right. So everybody, take care, and we'll do this again next week. So thanks again for watching. And if anyone's watching for the first time, abusecartoons.com is the website for this cartoon strip. And we looked at the comment section of gocomics.com/domestic abuse for the archive of everything that's been done so far. And on Twitter at Abuse Cartoons, and on Patreon. So if you want to support the cartoon, patreon.com/Abuse Cartoons. So we do this every week at this same weird Wednesday night time. And so let's do it again next week. So take care, everyone. It was good to see everybody. Rev, Sedona, Joe, K5, have a good one. Be safe, and hopefully the vaccine will be on the way to everyone soon. All right. So take care, and I will do this again next week. So see you then. Goodbye.